some more.
Yo, what's good people, Izzy Max here, back again with another Pokemon Challenge video. Pokemon Sword with no healing was pretty easy, but really fun. So, let's try something different this time. And today we find out if I can beat Pokemon FireRed with only one Grimer. Grimer's kind of a weird Pokemon, especially in Gen 3. Stat-wise, he isn't amazing, but it is a first stage Pokemon, so that is to be expected. The HP and attack are pretty good, but everything else is below average at best, with speed being almost non-existent. The level up moveset is also quite bad. The only attacking moves Grimer learns by level up are Poison type. While that is stab, I'm going to have to rely on TMs for needed coverage. Like last time, I'm writing the script as I go through the challenge, so this part is being written before I even get started. Comment down below if you think I can win or not. I think I can win the run, but I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck at the gyms like Sabrina and Giovanni, since they specialize in types that hit me super effective. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Grimer. I'll need other Pokemon for HMs, but I won't be able to use them in battle. No glitches or exploits. No items in battle, only held items and items outside of battle are allowed. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more, as I will be trying to do challenges every week. I use a universal randomizer to change Bulbasaur to Grimer. I figured since they are both poison type, it would make the most sense. I named the Grimer Subscribe, since I'm almost at 100 subs, and it would be awesome if you could help me reach that goal. Before the first rival fight, I decided to grind Grimer up to level 10, since the highest level Pokemon the rival will have is 9. I forgot to heal before going into this fight, but it turns out not mattering, as Grimer is able to take out both of his Pokemon with a couple of pounds. Brock is next. This battle could have been harder if his Pokemon had better moves, and if I missed any of my 55% accurate poison gases. Since Pound is only going to do about 1 HP of damage, I decided to use the poison gas and Harden to eat away at the health and not take too much damage in the process. After the gym, I decided to fight every trainer leading up to Mount Moon, since I know for a fact I'm going to need the levels for Misty. After a little more grinding, I decided to go ahead and attempt the next rival fight. He leads with Pidgeotto, and since I now have Rock Tomb, it goes down no problem. Next is his Abra. It's not a problem now since it can only use Teleport, but it's going to be a huge problem in the future. Rattata goes down no problem as well to a Sludge, and finally comes Charmander. Charmander's Ember hits us for some good damage, but 2 Sludges are able to take him out. Gym time. Like a dummy, I forgot to heal before attempting this gym for the first time, so let's just forget this and try again. For real this time. If you notice, I taught Grimer Secret Power. This is a 70 base power normal move that has a chance to paralyze in the right environment. Since Grimer is slow, I figured this would be a good move to teach and maybe get a speed advantage on some faster mons. Staryu goes down no problem, but then I get the paralysis on Starmie as it spams Recover. I finally break through the stall and claim our second badge. This Rocket Grunt gives us the move Dig. This is an important move since Rock resists our stab, but is weak to ground. Also, this will help us against Surge and Koga in the future. Once I clear out the SS Ann, it's time for another rival fight. Since I'm 10 levels higher, this fight went about as well as the last one. Now with Dig, we are able to one-shot the Charmeleon and move on to fight Surge. Since Surge is the electric type gym leader, and us having Dig, we're able to take out every mon in one hit. Granted, we had to hit, since Dig is a 2-turn move and his Pokemon were able to set up with some double teams boosting their evasion. Nevertheless, we were able to come out victorious and claim our 3rd gym badge. Once we make our way through Rock Tunnel and into Lavender Town, it's time for another rival fight. He leads with Pidgeot and starts the match with a Sand Attack. No big deal, right? Wrong. This one drop in accuracy leads us to actually losing the fight. After coming back to try again, I unfortunately forgot to press record, so all you can see is us taking on the Charmeleon. In order to progress, we have to beat Team Rocket in the game corner. But before we do that, I went ahead and took on the gym. Even though the leader's Pokemon are part poison, Sludge will still hit for good neutral damage. My paralysis luck isn't great at the moment, but with poison being physical and our attack being somewhat high, we were able to beat the gym and claim our 4th badge. The grunts in the game corner are very easy since we outlevel them by a large margin, but Giovanni is quite scary since he specializes in ground Pokemon. Luckily, it's too early in the game for his Pokemon to know Earthquake, so I'm able to use Dig with no fear of taking double damage from said attack. That being said, however, I was still fearful of Magnitude. While none of his Pokemon had that move either, his Kangaskhan was able to crit flinch us and almost take us out before we finally beat Giovanni for the first time. Before we fight Giovanni for the second time, we have to fight our rival again. We now have access to our strongest move, Sludge Bomb. However, the Pidgeot used Feather Dance, dropping our attack 2 stages. With the drops, we are missing the KOs needed to finally beat this match. When Gyarados comes out, he drops our attack our 3rd time, and we stand no chance. I need to do more grinding. After grinding up and reaching level 54, we try again. Our Sludge Bomb is able to take out Pidgeot in 1 hit, before it can drop our attack. Execute is weak to poison, and it goes down in 1 hit as well with a crit. Since Alakazam can only hit us with Future Sight, I decide to set up some minimizes against him to help us in the rest of the match, and eventually getting the one-shot on Alakazam. Gyarados comes out next and drops our attack with Intimidate as the Future Sight misses. I get the poison on Gyarados with Sludge Bomb, so I decide to set up with the rest of the turn Minimize while it goes down to poison. Finally is Charizard, and with our evasion boosted, he can't land a single hit and goes down in 2 Sludge Bombs. Alright, the second fight with Giovanni was really close. Nidorina dies to 1 dig, and Kangaskhan goes down, only hitting us with a Tail Whip. I make a mistake and think that Sludge Bomb will kill the Rhyhorn with the health that it's at, and it hits us for some good damage with Stomp. Our HP is low, and the Nidoqueen hits us with Double Kick, leaving us at 28. But a crit dig is able to win the match. Without that crit, I don't know if we would actually be able to win that fight, however. The dreaded Psychic Gym is next. Luckily, her Mons have terrible defense, and we take out Kadabra and Mr. Mime in 1 hit, but she was able to set up the Reflect, boosting her team's defensive stat. 1 Psychic from Alakazam took us all the way down to 22 HP, and we aren't able to take out the Venomoth, so I need to grind just a little bit more. After grinding up 2 more levels, we try again. I decide to set up a couple minimizes against the Kadabra so I can try and avoid the incoming Psychic from Alakazam, and then knock out the Kadabra with a Sludge Bomb. Mr. Mime, however, hits us with a Psywave, doing more than 70 damage, but a Sludge Bomb is able to knock it out as well. Instead of using Psychic, which would have killed us if it hit, she just tried to use another Future Sight, even though 1 is already in the queue, and I take out Alakazam in 1 Sludge Bomb. With the Future Sight missing due to our evasion boost and Venomoth resisting poison, I opt for Dig and Secret Power to get us another badge. Koga is next, and I'm about 20 levels higher than him. But since some of his Pokemon can't be hit by Dig because they have Levitate for an ability, this means that my Digs won't affect them. So the ones that have Levitate, I hit with Secret Power for a 2-shot, and the ones that don't, I just use Dig. The fight is usually hard for most challenge runs, but since this run is being used with a poison type, I can't get stalled by the Muck, and we get our 6th gym badge. Next is Blaine. The fight starts with Growlithe, which intimidates us, dropping our attack. As we are able to take out Ponyta and Growlithe no problem, the Intimidate keeps us from killing the Rapidash and it hits us with a Fire Blast, taking half of our remaining HP. Arcanine is his last Mon, which means we get another drop and attack, and we just are too weak to finish the match. Have to go grind. After a slow grind in the mansion and gaining 5 levels, we try again. The beginning plays out the same, killing Growlithe and Ponyta in 1 shot. And even the Intimidate, we dodge a Fire Blast and get the KO with one hit on Rapidash. Going into the Arcanine, our attack is dropped again, but we are at full health this time and live 2 Fire Blasts with a low roll to take out the Arcanine and gain the 7th badge. Last fight with Giovanni, and it was a train wreck. I forgot that EQ hit for more damage while underground, and we go down pretty quick because of it. With nowhere to grind, I had to think of something new. So I remembered I got the TM Giga Drain after beating the Grass Gym. While it is a special move, it is 4 times effective on Rhyhorn and restores our HP in the process. This is able to get us to Nidoqueen, where 2 secret powers take care of it and the Nidoking. And finally, Giga Drain takes out the final Rhyhorn, giving us our 8th and final gym badge. The final rival battle before the Elite Four, and everything's going pretty well. We take out every Mon, no problem. But then we get crit by a flamethrower from Charizard. If this crit didn't land, I feel like we could have finished this fight, so I decided to just go at it again without grinding. Like I said, we just attempt this fight again. But this took me a couple more attempts than what I thought. It wasn't because I was underleveled, but it was because the Pidgeot would use Sand Attack, and I would just miss everything. In this run that didn't happen, and I'm able to get to Charizard with little to no problem. The funny thing is, the rivals set up the rain, which means Flamethrower is doing way less damage. Gotta love bad AI. Victory Road was uneventful, and we're here at the Elite Four. Here are my stats before we go in. My HP, attack, and defense are pretty good, but everything else is kind of lacking behind. Last chance to guess if I can win or not. Here we go. First up is Lorelei. Her Dugong only achieves to set up the hail before fainting. Cloyster, however, likes to waste your PP with Protect, so I decide to set up with Minimize before taking it out. Slowbro, while bulky, goes down to a Giga Drain and a Sludge Bomb while trying to set up with Amnesia. Lapras misses a Confuse Ray and goes down to Sludge Bomb, but not before hitting us with a Surf. And finally, Jinx misses a Lovely Kiss and goes down to a Sludge Bomb. My luck is finally looking up. After healing up, we go to fight Bruno, and to be honest, this was the easiest fight by far. Both of his Onix go down to a Giga Drain, and the rest of his team can't really hit me for any sizable damage, and they all drop to a few Sludge Bombs. 2 down, 2 to go. Agatha was a nightmare. Pun intended. I have no way to hit her ghost types for super effective damage outside of Thief, which is special, and they like to spam Hypnosis. So since held items are allowed, I decided to equip a Chesto Berry to help with the sleeps. I finally got this run where most of the Hypnosis is missed, and the ones that I didn't, I had the berry and early wake-ups. Other than her ghosts, her last 2 Mons went down no problem, and we can move on to Lance. Remember the TM list I showed you at the beginning of the video? Well, I didn't until my 4th attempt at Lance. I remembered that Grimer, for some reason, can learn Thunderbolt. This helped me take out both Gyarados and Aerodactyl no problem. Dragonite decided to set up a Safeguard instead of going for an Outrage. That would have potentially taken us out, but didn't, and we were able to take out Dragonite and the remaining Dragonairs with Sludge Bombs. Time for the final fight. I had to grind up all the way to level 97 to even stand a chance at this fight. I tried at 95, but Alakazam just one-shot me. In this run, Pidgeot goes down to 1 Sludge Bomb after healing. Alakazam, the problem Pokemon, only set up a Reflect before going down to a Sludge Bomb. I got extremely lucky. Exeggutor puts us to sleep, but we wake up thanks to a Chesto Berry and knock it out as well with 1 Sludge Bomb. Rhydon goes down to a Giga Drain, restoring our HP to full. Gyarados comes in and intimidates us, dropping our attack, but only is able to hit us with 1 Hydro Pump, healing 70 damage, and then going down to a Thunderbolt. His final Mon, Charizard. It hits us with a Fire Blast, bringing us down to 50%, as Thunderbolt does the same. The final Fire Blast brings us to 51 health, as a Thunderbolt takes care of Charizard, making us the new champion and victors of this run. So that's the run. This one actually surprised me with how fast we were able to make it to the Elite Four, and then how much I struggled once I got there. Agatha had to be the hardest trainer by far. I feel like I got lucky with RNG with sleep misses and wake-ups. If it wasn't for that, I do believe I would have had to have been at level 100 to finish the challenge, but I'll take it. I'm not sure what my next challenge will be, but please feel free to leave your recommendations in the comments section below, or at me on Twitter at IzzyMax4. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. Until next time, peace.